Good morning, everybody. I thought Tommy would be back by now. I guess it's technically nobody here, but still, good morning. Why are you laughing at me? Hmm? I mean, it's not, but people watching the replay, good morning. What do you mean, am I sure? It's one person here now. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Mona. Oh, your coffee is very light. Very light. Mm. You was like, put some cream in my coffee. Good morning, Sharon. I have no idea what time he's doing in the background, y'all. I'm just waiting on him because he got all the topics because I missed life this week. Oh, I didn't open it. Sorry. We got up this morning and apparently Quad thought that he was also coming to the coffee chat. So he's currently doing tummy time on the floor beside us. And
Happy New Year, Mona.
yes, Happy New Year.
Oh,
Oh, what?
good morning. I haven't told you that
Oh, good morning. No, you haven't told me that. The first thing I said to him was, "Are you up?"
yet. Man, barely.
What time did you go to bed last night?
It was like 4 o'clock.
Why?
Playing the game, man.
Clearly, I was asleep before midnight, guys.
Man. So, most interesting story I heard. Um, oh, what's his name? McCarthy finally got voted as I don't know what position he was going for. What is the position he was going for?
You was like, he finally got uh.
What is that thing that he was doing and that he got voted
He's
in?
not speaker.
No, he's not the speaker, but he's the third
The
person to be president.
majority.
The majority leader, yeah. Speaker of the House.
Minority leader. I mean, he's the speaker of the house,
That's
but
it.
he was trying to get the majority of the votes on his side, and they was like, "No, not him."
Right.
Mm-mm.
They really did like this
Who else
was
y'all got?
this was like the 14th vote that
It,
they
it was literally like, who else y'all got?
right.
Who else coming?
But it wasn't a whole, it wasn't everybody. It was like a small group of people that were just like, nah, I don't want him. Then I saw some these are House members, right? Or senators. I think they're House members. Yeah, speaker of the House. Let's just go with that. So it was somebody from Alabama, like basically, you remember Gates, the dude that was like, get Liz Cheney out of there.
Mm-hmm.
He basically was like, nah, to McCarthy yesterday, and somebody was about to fight him. Like, dude, old dude from Alabama was like jumping at Gates because he voted no
I feel
for
like we
McCarthy.
should pay more attention to Alabama's politics.
I feel like we should pay more attention to politics regardless
We should.
because
I used to do
we've
better.
had some terrible awful candidates for a few positions, especially in the South.
Georgia, I hear Georgia and like keep voting for Marjorie because that just makes me mad on a regular basis.
But I said all this to say I said all that to say this. Um there's a Democrat from New York. He's real New York.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffries, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He won something. I can't remember his first name though.
I haven't looked at anything besides
I
the
think it was
Speaker of the
Minority
House
Leader.
situation.
Boy, I'll be the worst the worst news anchor for anything.
So, a little bit about the news anchors. You get briefed on stories that you're not
Hakeem
familiar with.
Hakeem Jeffries.
I've
He's
heard
the
of Hakeem.
he's the no, we're not.
No, we're not in Alabama, but
I graduated from UAB.
yeah, Tommy did graduate from UAB, and Tommy has ties to Alabama. He has an
Yeah.
uncle that lives there, and
That's about all I know.
well, your
My
dad's
granddaddy.
family is
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah. Yeah, Hakeem Jeffries, first black no, I was gonna say Democratic, but first black minority leader.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Congrats to Hakeem.
He took Pelosi's position.
Hmm.
That's what.
That's the Speaker of the House.
Yeah. No.
The minority leader.
Yeah. Democratic leader for the 118th Congress.
You don't know. You're confused.
It's something, man. He's the first black person to lead the Democratic Party in something. So there you have it. Congratulations to him. I think that's amazing, though, man.
You need to make him one of your little known Black History facts
I
because it
do.
seems like you don't know it.
I do. He's like, I gotta get them together, man, because they gonna.
You only got a few weeks.
I only have a few weeks. No, whenever I hear the first black whatever, right, I always get amazed because it's like still.
Mhm.
It's amazing to me that time has been on for so long and we're still doing first, and especially time as far as what is it like since integration, I guess I can say. Boy, that was a time that like I don't think I would have made it.
The interesting thing is that we try to put ourselves so far past slavery, so far past the civil rights movement, but like my mama vividly remembers when Dr. King was killed. That was
Right.
in the civil rights movement.
Yeah, that's so it's like it's not
like
that far ago.
we're
It's not that long ago.
literally one generation removed from it.
Right. It's crazy though, man. But congratulations to him. I think he makes a lot of sense when he talks.
Who Hakeem?
Yeah, like I've listened to him talk and stuff like that. It's like some of them be like, I don't understand them. You know, they use too many big words, and my vocabulary ain't that high.
You should start Googling.
I'm working on it.
Use your Googles.
I use my Googles. I'm glad I can say my vocabulary ain't that large to you, and you don't judge me.
You should 1619 is coming to Hulu.
What was 1619? I know it's a movie or documentary. I like them joints.
Them joints.
Them joints.
Are you from Memphis or am I?
You're from Memphis, but you know.
That's the
What? Both of us looking at our phones.
It's about the 1619 project. What does it say? Don't you just hate when people come on a public platform and ask where people are located? Oh, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it don't bother me, man. I've never thought about it either, to be honest with you. I'm trying to see where you want to go first.
I don't care. You start.
So I was scrolling Al Gore's internet.
It's Beyonce's internet.
It's Beyonce's internet now. Oh, okay. As I was scrolling Beyonce's internet, I discovered upon this story of a sibling story. So, I wish I could find where I sent it to you.
Oh, you sent it to me and I didn't watch it. Apparently, some like brother and sisters didn't know. I guess they daddy
had to, right? I don't know who it was.
I mean, they might have both been adopted.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but basically, they met in 2007 or 2008, like as people.
How else do you meet, Tommy?
I don't know, as aliens. And then they got married. They dated, got married, had children. Mm-hmm. And then recently they found out they were brother and sister. So what's next? Like, what do you do? Like, do you get a divorce because you're brother and sister, or do you just be like, well, we're here now?
I mean, they got kids. They're there now.
That's true. That's true. But it's like it's a weird situation, and I would definitely be mad at my parents because people need to know. Like, do you have children anywhere else? Do you have? Is there a possibility you have children? Because it's
I ask my dad all the time. Like, obviously not for dating purposes, but I ask my dad all the time, you got any other kids?
man,
At this point, it's just like when I see my dad, hey, how you doing? Hug, kiss. You got some more kids somewhere?
that's so funny.
And my sister does the same thing.
Does she?
Yeah, we just randomly will text my dad and be like, you got another baby?
That's too funny, man.
Well, we do it because when I was younger, he used to joke about it all the time.
Mhm.
And I was like, him joking about it all the time, there has to be some type of truth to this joke.
Yeah.
Because I never would joke and be like, yeah, I got another baby somewhere. Because I don't. Like, it's not funny.
I definitely wouldn't.
Right. It's not funny. So
That's not something I want.
why would I joke about that?
Yeah. But no,
Yes, Megan, that's true. Like, outside of my household, nobody else would know.
right. No, they got on the internet.
Right.
And Beyonce's internet.
They found out through like a DNA
probably they
test
had
thing.
to, man. I'm looking for the
I mean, not DNA test, but like a ancestry type thing.
and they had to. Because I don't see no other reason why they wouldn't try to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like some of his if he did it, his people would have been, I know them on another side of her family,
Mhm.
I'm trying to see if I can find the thing. But
I
that's
think you texted to me and you've texted me too much for me to go look.
right. We
for it.
text every day. That's crazy. But I just find it interesting though. It's like it tells you how important like family reunions are, and knowing who your family is and stuff like that. Not trying to keep people secrets because
It's different though, like when you get adopted because you never know the circumstances surrounding adoption. And then a lot of people don't want open adoptions.
yeah,
So you just never know what's gonna happen.
I wonder how common that is.
What?
Like people get married and have relationships and go on their merry way, but find out that they are related. Maybe not as close as brother and sister, but maybe cousins or
I think the
something.
cousin thing is talked about quite a bit as of lately. At least I've seen. I listened to another podcast, and one of the hosts of the podcast said he used to talk to his cousin, like when he was like late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
He didn't know it was his cousin until they went to a family gathering. And then somebody else said the same thing.
What?
Kevin Gates. I randomly listened to a Kevin Gates interview and he said he used to like smash one of his cousins. And he was like, he found out the exact same way, like at a family gathering.
Yeah.
Now, I found out somebody was my cousin at a funeral.
Yeah.
Actually, you've met this cousin of mine. But I went to her dad's funeral as her friend.
Yeah.
And then my mom came in and was like with me because her dad died when we were in high school. My mom came in with me and was talking to one of her cousins who was at the funeral and was like, how y'all know him? And then they started going through the family tree. I mean, me and her aren't like first cousins or anything, but like we found out that we are related. Like at the big family reunion, we would both be there. And that's how we found out we were cousins, was when her dad died. Well, you go give him his pacifier.
Yeah, I got it. That's crazy though.
Yeah, it's really it's interesting to see that like a lot of people find out things about family through these ancestry tests. I found out I never knew how my grandmother and her sister were related because I grew up thinking that this one man was my grandmother's father, but turns out he was her mom's boyfriend at death. Um I found out how my grandmother and her sister were related because I could never have asked my grandmother because I didn't know about her sister like that until my grandmother had passed away.
Yeah.
And my mom never knew. My mom was like, they just sisters. I don't know how they sisters because my mom never met her mom's mom because she passed away
Yeah.
when my grandmother was like tiny.
Yeah.
So
So with this couple, first
mhm.
off, they look alike. Did you ever look at their picture?
You be sending me stuff when I'm like doing other things. They don't look enough alike for me to be like, y'all related.
They were so in the article, they were raised by single parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm assuming dad wasn't
Gotta
part
be
of.
single mama.
Yeah. Well, one single mom or maybe a single dad, but the connection is dad. Gotta be right.
Mm-hmm.
So, they didn't reveal how they found out. So we have to assume it was some type of DNA test or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they have a whole family. So it's like it's weird because it puts them in a position to where they have to make a decision.
I
They
don't think they're
like
gonna
do
make
you
a decision.
do you tell people? I mean,
They
like they
did.
obviously told the world. I never would have said anything like who said they would be quiet? Megan.
Megan said I will take it to the grave.
Yeah. But like is it weird when they have sex now? Like those like
I would assume so,
I don't know.
especially the day you find out.
Right. Like, ew, that's nasty.
Family reunions are very important, Mona.
We actually have one this year.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
My family keeps asking me when I'm gonna do another one. The problem I have with family reunions is usually 1 to 2 families take on the brunt of the financial
Yeah.
part of it, and that's what happened with my family reunion.
Yeah.
Like us and my mom
Yeah. But that's it.
financed a lot of the reunion.
I know. That's the thing about like I enjoy my family reunions because one, I grew up at my grandmama's house, so it's like I knew more of the family.
Mhm.
And a lot of the times our out of town family would come in, they're gonna go to my grandmama's house,
Mhm.
you know, and so I was able to build those relationships with them. But the problem or the issues that we're running into now is I may be the last generation or the last line of people that have any type of connection to the out of town cousins. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And so you're trying to bridge that gap between the younger cousins who are now coming of age versus the older cousins who are now, you know, retirement age, quote unquote,
Mhm.
that grew up with my mom,
Mhm.
so it's
One of the
that's a
big
struggle.
issues with that though is our kids don't know anybody because the world shut down when Lily was tiny because
Mhm.
we were supposed to have a family reunion when she was 1 and
Yeah,
we didn't have that one.
yeah. It's been 4 years, man.
Yeah. Then on top of that, I've seen, at least with your family reunions, the small kids don't come.
Yeah,
And it's not because their parents aren't there,
right.
because their
That's
parents will be there, but they just don't bring the small kids.
right.
And it's like, I get it. You want to go out of town, you want to hang out, but we got to find a way to start including the really small kids
Right.
all the way up to like preteens.
Like teenagers, like we have to figure out a way to get 18 and under there,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to figure out how to make 18 to 25, 26 year olds make it important for them to come.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the struggle, because you have to pay for it. So that's your 26 to 18 age range. That's your struggle. They have to pay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The child, the 18 and under, they have like it has to get paid for by the older one, like by
Mm-hmm.
their
By the
parents.
parents, and the parents are looking at it like, nah, I ain't
I'm gonna
got it.
pay for me.
I ain't got it.
They can watch them
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Good morning.
Good morning, Narette.
Um,
Mona, were your cousins like?
judged.
I wouldn't even go in there. Were they first cousins, or were they like dwindled down the line cousins that would only see each other at a family reunion?
But you know that like way back when that was normal.
Mm-hmm.
That family members would keep it all in the family.
The royal family.
Yeah. I wonder what
Their
happened
second
when
cousins.
like they changed.
Mhm. Um,
Don't they do something to the babies?
People have said that there's been genetic issues, but I don't know.
Oh.
I can't say for certain. I don't think I have any. Good morning, Verena. I don't think that I've had any family members to date or marry or anything like that. I think the first instance, and this isn't cousins, but Tommy has two uncles, like they're brothers, and they married first cousins.
Yeah.
And so your cousins are like double related to their family because like
Yeah, my cousin is my uncle's nephew and
and
his
his
cousin.
yeah. So it's like I was like, which one takes precedence? Are you auntie or uncle or are you cousin?
I don't know.
So I mean, always thought that that was like, for lack of better words, pretty cool that you could be the auntie and the cousin
Yeah.
because they are. But that's the closest that I've come. And obviously that's still two separate sides of the family. It just so happened that brothers married cousins.
Yeah. I could see how that happened.
I mean, we know exactly how it happened. Like one uncle was dating
We
one
do.
cousin,
Yeah.
and then the
Hey,
other
bro.
cousin came to town. He was like, "Hey, her cousin kind of cute."
Let me holler.
I'm
Holla,
in
holla,
love.
holla.
I'm
Holla,
in
holla,
love
holla,
with
holla.
him. So then they were both married to cousins. But I have a friend from my mom group who is a twin, and her twin sister married brothers. So their kids are all doubly related like that as well.
Do they all look alike? That's why I be thinking twins.
I don't think so.
Because I be thinking they would look alike.
I have seen that. I saw that Jermaine Jackson did marry his brother's ex-wife.
Did he?
What is her name? Marjorie Harvey has kids with brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know the brothers' names, but before she got with Steve, she had kids with brothers. Like I would see that as being a little bit more common because people just to be out here doing stuff.
Yeah.
Not thinking about the kids of brother and sister and cousins.
Mm-hmm. Ain't
But-
that a song? I be thinking
No.
everything is song. Eggs and grits. Ain't that a song? Grits is a song. And it's good breakfast food.
Oh, you didn't know that about Marjorie? Yeah, she got brothers, and then because she had a lot of kids before she got with Steve, and then Steve adopted all of her kids,
That's nice.
and that's how they all became Harveys.
So, moving right along, man. This is really, really close to me, or I feel like it is. Damar Hamlin went into cardiac arrest right after a football tackle. This past, I think it was Monday night, and
As a mother, that scares me.
as a ex football player, that scares me because
As a mother of two kids that have heart conditions,
Yeah.
that scares
Yeah.
me.
so it's like it's crazy because it's almost like one of those freak accidents.
Mhm.
Because what happened or what was explained from what I've listened to is he was hit at the exact right time
Mm-hmm.
to cause a shock to his heart, to cause it to, I guess cardiac arrest is like your beat pattern, your heartbeat pattern, like
Becomes
gets a,
irregular. I
yeah,
think. I don't know.
becomes like shocks.
I'm not a medical
Gets
doctor.
gets a shock. Yeah, I'm far from it. But went into cardiac arrest in the middle of the
It's a
game.
sudden, unexpected loss of heart function, breathing, and consciousness.
That's it.
It results from an electrical disturbance in the heart. It's not the same as a heart attack.
Yeah, so it was just to really like think about, he's just making a football move. Like the tackle wasn't a bad tackle. It
Mhm.
wasn't a bad, nobody did anything that would cause the injury. And we've all seen people injured in football. I broke my leg like trying to catch a pass playing football.
Mhm.
But the man is trying to survive for his life.
And woke up and was like, "Did we win?"
Woke up, did we win? And then now currently, as of
Mhm.
like 12 hours ago or 15 hours ago, he had the tube taken out of his mouth. So he's, breathing on his own and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that's good. I wonder what it does for his football career. Like, does he play again?
I wouldn't want to play again.
I wouldn't either, but like, in what capacity is he gonna be?
I would be like NFL, gone retirement.
Like, what
Let me
capacity
collect
would
my
he
money.
be in that realm now? Because that's his profession.
He gonna find
Like,
a new profession.
how does he pivot from that?
He pivots by coaching. He finds something else to do.
right.
You coach and you also become an advocate for checking out people's medical history. I don't know if he ever had a heart condition. Like both of our kids have heart murmurs. Lily has been cleared by the cardiologist as hers is just a normal murmur. Quads has not yet. We have to still go back and have checkups on his. But knowing that both of my kids essentially have heart problems, and then knowing someone else who um has had a heart condition since childhood. Granted, I didn't know them as a child, your cousin.
Oh,
And all the surgeries that he has had related to his heart. My family's history of having a weak heart. Like my grandfather had probably 6 or 7 heart attacks. He actually had 3 back to back. That's how he died.
yeah.
Was he had like 3 overnight, like back to back heart attacks. He had one while driving, like got into a car accident. I actually found him once having a heart attack as a little girl. I think I was like maybe 7. Um, so knowing that is a possibility is just like, I don't want my kids to do nothing. Put them in bubble wrap. Can't go outside and play.
and that's for me. That was the thing. It's like you start to think about, because I played football because my dad played. I ran track because my dad ran track, and they were good. He was good. My uncle played football, and he ran track, and
They
they were
played
good,
together.
and they played together. And I was like, I bet I can do it too, since they did it, but I'm gonna do it better than them, which technically I did. I held my own.
Don't tell your dad
Man, he think.
Do not tell
He
your
thinks.
dad that.
But no, like those are things I think about.
I went out
when it-
west playing football.
That's so funny.
Y'all, Tammy's dad always told me he went out west playing football. He went to Kansas.
That's West.
But I'm saying, like, he be like, he talking like he went all the way to California.
That
Like,
was
you
too
went
funny,
to
man.
Kansas.
I went out west. I remember that. Man. But no, I think about like quad playing football
I don't.
or you know, anything.
Mhm.
I always think about him playing football. Like if he chooses that he wants to play, this is another thing you have to think about, because the bigger issue that comes with football now is like the CTE and the head injuries and concussions and all that stuff. So it's like you think about that. Those are things that I didn't think about when I played.
Of course, you didn't know what
It's-
a CTE was.
Right. I didn't, you know, wasn't thinking about it, didn't care about it, anything. But just to see this man go down in the middle of a game that, nothing irregular happened, it was scary.
Mm-hmm.
To know that he's doing okay is relieved. You're relieved and everything and stuff like that. And I think the NFL did right by canceling that game,
Mm-hmm.
which this leads me to my other part of this. Skip Bayless. Like, I don't know if you guys watch Undisputed, but Skip Bayless.
I don't watch. I just like to see clips of Shannon Sharp going off.
It's Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp discussing different topics, right?
Shannon Sharp and Deion Sanders are one and the same
They are.
with their like over the topness.
Did you see Shannon Sharp like interview Deion Sanders?
I didn't. I saw that it's on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't.
You want him?
You want to give him to me, huh?
But he basically was like, it happened Monday. Shannon Sharp didn't come in on Tuesday, but Skip Bayless tweeted something. And I'm paraphrasing this tweet because I feel like you can take it two ways. You get what he's saying. He basically was saying postponing the game or canceling the game, but this game meant somebody could go to the get a bye or make it to the playoffs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the insensitive part is a man almost died playing a sport that you're talking about. That's president over anything else.
And I would argue that if it wasn't the NFL,
yeah,
he might not would have even gotten the medical attention that he needed.
yes,
as quickly as I'm saying, if
Mhm.
it wasn't the NFL, like people would have been like, "Oh my God, what do you do?" Like they have medics on standby. Like, how do we know that ambulance would have made it there in time if it wasn't the NFL?
I think the NBA.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about professional sports. Like if this had just happened at like
a soccer game.
Yeah.
No, I think
but just like a game, not on a professional level where there's people on standby waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I think people would like realize it because it like the thing about injuries is that's why, when somebody get injured at a sports game, everybody claps because
they clap when you get up.
Yeah, when you get up, because I mean, like, there's a possibility that you can get paralyzed from playing sports. You can get,
Yeah, we look at Inky.
Yeah, I saw the play.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, goodness, it's another guy that played at Rutgers that, he did a regular tackle. I think something hit his head, and he's from the neck down paralyzed. It's just when it comes to players and their injuries in sports, the game is basically secondhand, right?
Yeah.
And so for Skip Bayless, he's been covering sports for years, so he knows the etiquette. For him to say that, it's like, come on, man, you just wilding out here now. It was.
But he's always been that person who says the wild things, but that was just the very wrong to say the wild things that he attempts to say.
Because like I watched Shannon Sharp when he came back, because I was like, everybody was like, oh, he's finna quit and stuff like that. I was like, nah, that hit him different. Just because he knows he's been there. He's seen people get injured before, but never have anybody ever seen that happen.
Right.
And I watched when he came back, Shannon Sharp was mad that he tweeted that, but he was like, I'm gonna do my job. And a lot of people are saying now that Shannon Sharp is gonna quit Undisputed just because he can't take Skip no more. Which I don't blame him. I don't think he needs Skip at this point.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. But I just,
When you have the type of money that former professional athletes should have, I can't say do have, that they should have, you can move different in quote unquote hostile work environments.
Yeah.
Because he's pivoted already and started his own thing with YouTube.
Yeah. But I still think I believe he has an opportunity, or seeing him as an analyst could be a possible thing too. Because I mean, he has that personality.
I like my analysts to have a little bit of charisma about them.
Yeah.
And he does. It just makes it enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But thank God DeMar Hamlin is okay right now.
Yeah, he's on the mends.
He's on the mends. He's getting better, according to the news. Yeah. Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
And I'm Biggie. My infatuation with Tupac and Biggie is I don't feel like we got a chance to hear their best work. Like the work that they have is great. This past week I've like really been working at work, and
they made you earn your salary.
Yeah, I definitely had to earn my paycheck this week. And I listened to Tupac one day, like all his albums. My boy Wanna Dance. What they say?
It says, I am no Skip Bayless fan. However, that tweet was one of 3 tweets, and reading all of them, they weren't that bad, but his timing was horrible. Also, Skip has a history of saying slick-ish. He absolutely does.
That's the thing. It's like I get that part, right? You know, what he was saying wasn't just bad, but his timing is off. Like something like that happens, you leave everything else alone, and you strictly talk about, is this man okay?
Yeah.
If you just want to explain what happened to him, find out what happened and explain that part to the best of your ability. But don't overlook it.
Right.
Like it's a secondary thing. This is somebody's life. I understand if somebody like was going broke or something like that, that's different. But this man is life or death.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it. So Tupac and Biggie, man, I feel like I think Tupac died when he was 26.
No clue about the ages.
But they was in their 20s, right? And Tupac put out.
Dion says they young.
They young. Tupac put out a lot of albums. Biggie only got 2. And it's like, man, they're always gonna be taught. This is my music section. I always start talking about music, man.
Music and sports.
I really like it. Do we talk about sports all the time?
Yes.
You're very versatile. I want you to know that.
Somebody told me when I was younger, a lady should know a little about a lot.
Yeah. And what men should know about?
I don't know. I wasn't a man. They didn't tell me.
Oh. No, I just feel like, and then I started listening to No Limit, and boy, could they not rap.
It was the beats.
Man, I listened to C Murder the other day, and that's all he talked about.
What?
Was murdering people.
And they wonder why you can use that stuff in a court of law. It's what you said. I can do nothing but go by what you said.
Selling drugs
is not legal.
They only rapped about criminal things, but hey, it had a riding beat. This is so funny. We thought we was gonna get away with doing this without a baby, but hey, we're here now. But yeah, man, Tupac and Biggie, man, I just feel like they were cut too short. And their music wasn't allowed to grow. Like I compared Jay-Z and Rick Ross, how their music grew as they did different things versus how Biggie, like a lot of Biggie's first two albums talked about death. Hey, my man, you gotta let my hair go, man. But anyway,
Would you ever consider doing a now that we're grown segment, review older movies and give your take now? I thought about doing something like that. The problem is my husband is not going to sit down and watch them. He's gonna be like, I saw that already.
What's up?
Like watching things that you watched as a kid and then watching it as an adult with your adult eyes. Exactly what I said. My husband's gonna say, no, I've seen that before. I don't want to watch it again. He is a person who,
My man.
for example, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Love it.
Absolutely loves it. Owns all of them on DVD. Has never cracked the plastic on half of the DVDs.
Cause I've seen the movies already.
Why did you need to buy them?
To go on my collection.
To do what?
Sit there.
See?
Maybe one day I want to go back and watch it.
See?
To have it.
The only thing that I for certain know that he is going to watch over and over again is A Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
He watches that every Christmas.
And I bought that too.
Well, that makes sense because you watch it every Christmas. But outside of that, but that could be something that we could do if we ever sit down and get caught up in something that we used to watch together.
Like Martin.
Yeah, he did buy me all the Martin DVDs. Martin was problematic.
Why?
He just was. He was very sexist.
Yeah.
But that was part of who he was and what he did, like on the show. It was something else that I was about to say from a comment earlier. Taking things out of context. That was on your list. Was that Gabrielle Union thing? Gabrielle Union's talking about cheating on her first husband because she paid all the bills. And I was like, taking that out of the context of I knew he was cheating on me too, should have been.
That changes everything.
It doesn't change that she was cheating and that he was cheating. I just think it makes people feel better about her cheating.
But it's still cheating.
It is.
So it's still wrong.
A great web series is Though Love. New York was the best. I love Martin. Rewatch it all the time. Yeah, I haven't. I'm be honest with you. I have a hard time like sitting down and focusing on things. I wish more things that I used to watch back in the day were on TV, like not TV, but like apps like Netflix and stuff like that. Because like when A Different World was on Netflix, I have rewatched that series like 5 or 6 times because I like it was great background noise for like doing other things, but you know what's going on.
Family Matters was that for me.
We did rewatch Family Matters. Oh, Tough Love. I'll try to check it out. If it's a web series, I might be able to actually watch it because I watch more things on my phone than anywhere else. Yeah. But being able to look at stuff like that on TV.
Fresh Prince too.
You really got his Fresh Prince. I started watching Sister, and then Tommy took it over. So I got to start that back over again to like watch the progression of the show. But like it's just been interesting to watch things like that. Like I never thought about Judy on Family Matters leaving until people were like, she went upstairs at the end of that season and didn't come back down. And then when we saw it happen, like watching the series in order, it was like, that is what happened. Yeah. That's just always been interesting to see. But at some point, I would love to be able to do a few more reviews on this channel. Like,
I would love to be able to create like my own shows.
I'm not
like
there.
That would be fun. Like I talked to some people about creating like our own sitcom.
Mm-mm. I'm hoping that next month our help will arrive.
Yeah,
And when our help arrives,
I didn't watch Girlfriends. My girlfriend,
here
yeah, through thick and thin. Ain't
you
that the
go.
theme song?
hmm I tried to start watching Girlfriends again. I don't know what happened, but I gotta
Hey,
get
there's
that
Chloe.
together. Good morning, Chloe. We need to chat. We supposed to get you on the podcast last year, and it never happened
Hey
because
man,
I got pregnancy brain.
I really want to say you've been a humaning very well this week.
What do you mean?
Man, we got 4 videos out
Uh,
this week,
We did.
and thanks to you, because usually it's my fault that we don't get the videos out. So kudos to you, humaning.
It's been a rough week for me
It's been a very
personally.
busy week.
Personally,
Um,
I'm gonna try to watch Girlfriends starting this weekend.
who you think had the best theme music out of all the sitcoms that like you can remember? What was the best theme music or your favorite one?
That's a good one. Living Single.
We are living, hey, single.
I'm trying to think of what makes me want to sing when I hear it. I like the piano at the beginning of Family Matters. Yeah.
Have you heard the real song?
Yes, I have.
It's J Dub. I have a friend named J Dub. I
You
talked to
do
him recently.
Different Strokes. I do
How
sing
did
Different
Different Strokes
Strokes.
go?
I'm not gonna sing, so we'll revisit it later.
What's
Welcome back, Cotter. I never really got into the show, but that was a solid theme song too.
The Proud Family had a solid one.
The Proud Family is a good one. Like I find myself humming that from time to time. That's what's missing from today's TV. They don't be having theme
The
songs.
Jefferson. It's J Dub. You going past my time, man.
You didn't watch Good Times on the
No, I
Jeffersons?
didn't, man. No.
Man, they came on at I think 3:30 and 4 or 4 and 4:30
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. Like the reruns, of course, when I was in elementary school. So I would leave school and go to my grandmama's house, and that's what I would watch while I was waiting on my mama to come pick me up.
This gonna throw you off. But step by step.
Mm-hmm. TGIF. Solid.
Step by step, day by day.
Okay.
That's that's the only part I know. Golden Girls is a classic.
Golden Girls is good, but that guy that remixed it and made it soulful, that was just a good spin on it.
227.
I don't.
Watch 227.
I did watch 227, but I don't remember the 227 theme song. Amen. With
Who was that?
Sherman
Amen?
Helmsley. Ain't that his last
I don't
name?
know.
George Jefferson.
Oh yeah, Hensley.
Hensley.
The Fresh Prince of Bel Air is probably the best one for me. That's probably my top. Or Martin. The Martin. Martin.
They ain't really had no words to it, but Martin.
Yeah, I like the beat.
That's all it is a beat.
I like the beat.
A beat and the word Martin.
But
I'm trying to think of like stuff that we watch today. Like Abbott doesn't have a theme song.
yeah.
The Neighborhood doesn't have a theme song.
Nah, Neighborhood is funny though.
Yeah. Cedric the Entertainer
It's solid.
has had a solid run of sitcoms. Cause
Yeah, he's solid.
what was the show when he was Boyce the Voice?
Something Soul. He was a pastor, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Something Soul. I can't remember.
I'm gonna look that up. That was a good show.
Sister.
Boyce the Voice Valentine.
I thought you was
With his
gonna
hit
speak,
song, Sex With You.
Oh, what about Jamie
The Soul
Foxx?
Man? That's what it was.
Soul Man. What about Jamie Foxx?
You know what? I didn't watch a lot of Jamie Foxx.
Time to get it started. You know
The jingles
what
were big
to
in the 80s and the
do.
90s. They were. Jamie Foxx was something that I didn't watch when it was on TV. I used to watch a lot of reruns of it. Just like the Wayans brothers.
They got the classic line. We're
We're brothers.
We're brothers. I was gonna say, we're colored. We're brothers. Do 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 do. Give me a high five. All right, cut and print. Beautiful guys. Dynamite.
I'm trying to think of something else. Yeah, it's just theme songs aren't really a thing
Yeah, man.
nowadays.
I think the kids they miss out on all these things.
Well, now because you also have that convenient skip intro button,
Yeah.
and so
And
we
man,
miss all of the
My
things.
3-year-old, she hit that thing quick.
She be like, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, skip the intro, go straight to the show. I guess since people binge watch shows, they don't feel the need to.
I'm sitting up here like just reminiscing on all these giants. I like it, man. Best sitcom out now.
I would go with either Abbott or In Living Color. I'm not In Living Color. That's what they just put. Abbott or The Neighborhood. Those are the two that I like watch.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx and the Wayans brothers, I didn't appreciate till I got older. I have to revisit them. I vaguely remember both, but I didn't watch them.
I loved the Jamie Foxx show when it was out, and I would watch I would watch the Wayans brothers because it came on right before Jerry Springer.
You was watching Jerry Springer?
I was watching Jerry Springer.
That's on brand for you because you like watching fights.
I was
that
watching
pacifiers not in his mouth anymore.
Hey man, that's
Give
too
him
funny. Did y'all watch Jerry Springer?
I have.
Jerry Springer, Maury. Maury used to trip me out because people used to like
The Run.
Yeah.
I was more of like a Ricky Lake, Jenny. What was it, Jenny Jones?
Jenny, yeah, I was finna say Jenny Craig, but yeah, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake. I used to watch that too, but Jerry Springer.
That's how you know you grew up with your grandma. That's very much so. Grandmama house TV shows. As kids in the 80s, we watched a lot of adult shows. We did. We really did. One thing though I never got into was soap operas.
Nah, I couldn't get into
I
that.
remember like school breaks, my friends would be like, what's that soap opera, Passions or something like that? People would be like, man, I was so mad we had to come to school today because I've been watching Passions all break. And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. And I don't understand how a show like Days of Our Lives and stuff like that could like go on as many years as it did.
That's how Tyler Perry God, what's that show? It took so long to get
The Haves and the Have-Nots.
The Haves and the Have-Not. That's all that was.
We just gave up on that show.
I couldn't stand it, man.
I love talk shows. I've been gossiping all my life. Me too. I think that's why I thought I wanted to be a journalist.
That is freaking hilarious.
You and my husband could be good friends because he loves Jerry Springer.
Steve Wilcox. I was mad when he got his own show. I was like, he's just I get it. It's
he's
the
just
blueprint.
Big and aggressive.
It's the blueprint. Jerry Springer put the blueprint out there, but it's just Jerry Springer with another host.
Y'all was really out here watching Passions.
Wasn't it? Passions was a story,
it was a soap
right?
opera. Yeah. It was the stories, as your grandmama called it.
Have you ever watched a Spanish one?
Like telenovelas?
Yeah.
I have tried to, but I never got into them like that.
Yeah. No, I never got into stories though. Except like now, like Law and Order, SVU.
That's not stories.
It's not
a TV show.
It's not
Young and the Restless. Yes.
What about General Hospital?
That was another one.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of these. My mama didn't watch them, but my mama also was like working during the day. Like she got off relatively early because she went in so early. But by the time we left my grandma's house and went home, it was like, I ain't watching them. I'm finna go take a nap.
That's funny, man. Like, when did like court TV start getting involved? Because I don't remember like the beginning part of my life, court TV being a big one.
I don't know.
But I remember like as high school, You know, we would have breaks. We would sit up and watch court TV and be like, Judge Judy is so rude.
I don't know. No, you know who's rude?
Who?
Judge Mathis.
Is that the
Everybody's
dude
a
that everybody's a
crackhead.
crackhead?
All the black people would be in the caf to watch The Young and the Restless together back when I was in college. You know what we got together to watch in college, at least on my floor, was Flavor of Love.
Nah.
Like that would, I mean, you lived in the same dorm as me, but on my floor, obviously the girl side, like our floor shut down
Yeah.
when Flavor of Love came on. Like we was VH1 fanatics back then.
Man, he changed the game, man, of reality TV.
He did.
I just didn't understand how that many girls, and I couldn't get a girl at the time.
They were looking for fame, not for Flav.
But at the time, 18-year-old Tommy sees this ugly man on TV. No offense to Flavor Flav, you know, get it how you live. But to me, he's not an attractive person.
Okay.
And he's weird to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so all these beautiful women just like doing whatever. And I'm like, man, I can't even get a date. Poor Tommy. I was like, I'm in college.
I'm a Photoshop the Jordan tears on your eyes.
I think me being patient, I won in the end, but
look at you trying to butter me up.
Yeah, I'm always trying to butter you up, man.
Anyway, we watched a lot of VH1.
Put that butter on that thing.
But it's like wild to think like how long that we've quote unquote been watching reality TV, because I used to watch Real World and Road Rules back in the day. More so Real World.
The only person I remember from there was it's a couple people, I don't remember their name, but Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And his episode where that girl was like an extreme drunk. I mean, like alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
And she just couldn't stop drinking. Like when she drunk, and she got drunk. Ain't that the T-Pain line? That bar.
She gave us drinks to drink. We drunk them. Got
drunk. She got drunk every time. Like wanted to fight people and stuff like that. So I remember that.
Y'all made me wish my grandmama was still around so I could talk to her about these soap operas.
Man.
Because both of my grandmamas watch soap operas.
My grandmama, one of them, watched soap operas, and the other one watched Perry Mason.
My auntie still watches.
The Perry Mason thing was so funny to me because
when she told us it was a new episode.
Yeah.
And I was like,
her thing was Perry Mason and what's the lady? Murder, She Wrote.
I used to watch Murder, She
Wrote. I hated Murder, She In the Heat of the Night.
I liked In the Heat of the Night. I used to watch that with my granddad.
Couldn't stand. I got into In the Heat of the Night, but couldn't stand Murder, She Wrote.
I watched both of them.
I was like, this is so bored. What they say, Dallas and I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that at all.
I remember when they tried. Was it Dynasty? They tried to reboot.
I don't know.
I think it was. I didn't watch that either. I was like, nah.
All My Children. That was one of them.
Uh-huh.
I remember like not watching it, but it being on TV.
I didn't think y'all knew about Murder, She Wrote.
Oh yeah. I know about it, but didn't like it.
I had older grandparents than Tommy did. Like Tommy's grandparents were closer to my uncle's age.
Yeah.
So like my mom is the baby of her family. So like we was watching real old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like my but when Tommy's grandmama, I remember we went to her house one time and she was mad because she had missed Perry Mason.
Yeah.
And Tommy said, "You already seen the episode?" She said, "No, I haven't. It's a new one."
I miss my grandma.
We just looked at her like, "What?"
My mama watches MASH. That's the one with
MASH is the military show.
The military dude.
I used to watch MASH. That's when I knew it was time to go to bed.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It'd be funny sometimes.
That's when I knew it was time to go to sleep, was when MASH came on. My grandma watched wrestling. She loved Ric Flair. I recently found out Ric Flair was from Memphis.
Everybody loved Ric Flair.
I did not know that. Night Court Mash, Benny Hill. I didn't watch Benny Hill. My mom's friend still. After
That's
watching
funny.
Perry Mason and Murder, She Wrote in the Heat of the Night was the show.
Ain't nobody said nothing about The Simpsons though. The Simpsons probably is one of the most classic TV shows that grew up with me.
Yeah.
I think it started in the late 80s and it's still today relevant and have new episodes. But the funny thing about it is the kids never got any older.
Sanford and Son was funny.
That's something I never watched.
He just always
It'll
yelling
just
at
be
you,
on
big
TV.
dummy. What?
Yeah. Where we at? We at an hour, man.
You like it's time to get
Yeah. I can sit up here and talk TV with y'all all day.
Mama's Family. I love
You
watching
watch Mama's
that.
Family?
Yes. I haven't been able
Which
to
one
find
is
that.
that's the one
streaming.
that the Jeffersons spent off of, right?
No, the Jeffersons spent off of All in the Family.
All in the Family.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Simpsons started on the Tracy Ullman show. Never watched the Tracy
I don't know
Ullman
what the
show.
Tracy Ullman show is.
You have something to say, sir?
I bet you ain't nobody gonna talk about Blue's Clues.
They're
the
not.
original Blue's Clues.
They're not. You are absolutely right.
I used to watch all that stuff. Man. Harlem Nights is one of the greatest movies ever made.
I think we might have 2 copies of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Harlem Nights and Life. Life is the funniest movie ever made to me. And then Harlem Nights is a close second. If they did a remake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of Harlem Nights or like similar to, who would you want to be in it? Like, cause you know Harlem Nights had Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Della Reese, what's Sunshine? What's the girl name in Sunshine? Anyway, she was in it. Eddie Murphy, Tommy. Who's the boxer that had a stuttering problem? They had everybody in that
I
joint.
can't remember.
And then Life had Bernie Mac, Rick. I was gonna say Rick Fox, Rick James, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. That's crazy that they were so connected to each other. I think Billy D. Williams was in
Richard
that too.
Pryor. I'm looking at the Harlem Nights cast. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Arsenio Hall, Jasmine Guy, Della Reese, Charlie Murphy, Stan Shaw is who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He played Jack Jenkins.
Yeah.
I forgot Layla Rashawn was in that movie at Sunshine.
J Dub,
Reynaldo
Ray. That Life is my favorite one, man. Today it would have to be Kevin Hart. I would say Carlos Miller would have to be in it. Carlos Miller and Chico Bean.
I love Carlos Miller.
Cat Williams, I would want in there.
We'll try to check it out, Chanel.
What's that?
Tough Love.
Okay. Man, it was so much talent in Harlem Nights. And these guys were like top tier comedians at that time. You know. And to see that type of camaraderie and to make a movie, like dog, like that would be
it was probably hilarious at that time.
Every time. Like every day they're looking forward to being on set.
The thing with that now is that most of our talent isn't trying to stop to K-Dub is by far the
that hash brown
joke. Most of them are like social media
right
comedians, and everybody will be looking at it like I can make my money on my own platform than doing this together. But it would be nice to get people together to do things.
Oh, it would be definitely nice. It'll be funny too. I think DC Young Fly would be good because for me, I'm a comedian from from social media, but translating it into a comedic career, into a acting career, because he's doing he's in House Party, the new one. They redoing House Party.
They don't have to redo House Party.
They
It
don't
fell
have
off
to.
once
It
they
fell off once
switched
with
to Immature.
I often say IMX, but
That's
yeah.
same group.
Yeah.
When they switched off to them from it being Kid and Play, it kind of fell off.
Man, but Kid and Play is actually in the new one. They're old, but
What else are they gonna do?
I don't know.
That's they claim to find.
Yeah, that and Class Act.
Yeah.
I thought Class Act was House Party, but it wasn't. Anyway,
Somebody is having a moment over
yeah,
here. You think I'm about to jump and I'm not.
he's looking serious too.
Here, jump your child. But yeah, at some point, I'm hoping that we can get back out to comedy clubs. I know at one point Carlos Miller was doing Tuesday nights at a comedy club in Atlanta, and I don't know why we never made it. Like I had plans to make it once or twice, but I used to go to comedy shows a lot back in Memphis, and and it's crazy because I used to live right on. We both used to live right around the corner from the Atlanta Comedy Club. Yeah, we only went once though. Yeah, we saw Corey Holcomb. We went with my cousin for his birthday, which was interesting. I'm not really a Corey Holcomb fan, but I went.
Not a redo, but like a similar, because life was the same formula.
I don't know. I don't have a group of people because I don't know. I just don't have a group of people, but there are people that I would like to see do more things than what they're doing. And like he said,
Williams.
Takara is hilarious. I've been following her since I watched her because I didn't know who she was until the Keep Your Distance show.
Yeah.
If you've never seen Crush Groove or Beat Street, you haven't lived. Nope.
I've seen both of those.
Schuler King is funny.
Who's Schuler King?
You'll know him when you see him.
Black Ron. And that fat man at the door.
That's Ronnie.
Yeah.
Ronnie is hilarious. There's been a lot of comedians that I found through watching the Keep Your Distance thing or like research to me. Yeah. But I feel like I don't have the headspace to watch as much stuff as I would like to watch because kids are always crying or something.
All right, man, let's get on out of here, man.
Which I guess we're about to end because somebody's having a meltdown.
He like, man, I let y'all play long enough. All right. Well, guys, I really appreciate you guys this week because we had some things, but then we pivoted to another thing. And this is how conversation goes in our house. We could be talking about diapers, and then next thing you know, we're talking about somebody peeing on a flight attendant. That actually happened. In international news, somebody in first class peed on a flight attendant.
That's nasty.
That is very nasty. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us for this small coffee break, spending an hour on this Saturday morning with us. We really appreciate it. If you haven't, go hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment, share. Let us know what your favorite what I asked, the favorite sitcom theme music. I often say team music. Theme music. Also go check out our videos. This week has been a very productive video for us. Productive week for us. We put out 4 videos, including this one. So go check out all of them. Comment on it. Tell us how good of a job we're doing or bad.
If you guys watch Married at First Sight, I just want to know, and I don't know if y'all can put it in the comments, but what couple are you looking to watch?
Yeah.
This season.
Yeah, all of that good things. Yeah, and enjoy your Saturday, guys.
About to go wake the big girl up so she can get ready for her Saturday activity.
Yeah. I wonder should we vlog today. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you guys. Keep supporting us. And yeah, have a great Saturday. Peace. Bye, y'all. Man, it's taking me forever to just
It
stop
is.
it.
He was pushing the wrong buttons and everything.